think these tools, if you use them correctly, that is, if you are transparent, if you're listening to your network, if you have a sense of what your network looks like, if you're building relationships with your stakeholders, and you're open to meeting people you may not know beforehand, but are passionate about your cause, I think that they can really help your organization achieve great results and in an efficient way. And also, it's more fun working this way. The old way is trying to do everything. Having a top-down monopoly on doing everything, and that's exhausting. It's just more fun to be collaborative and to have this sort of sense of serendipity and watch not only your ideas but your network take fire and really have on-the-ground change. Okay, well, I talk a lot about crawl, walk, run, fly, and it's a model for becoming a networked nonprofit. And 20 years ago, when I first started out doing capacity building, I would give nonprofits lots of things to do, and they wouldn't do it. And then I realized that change happens very slowly, and you need to take small incremental steps to get to the next stage. So if you're crawling, maybe your next step is to work on that culture change, or to really integrate social into your communication strategy. And then you can get to the next stage, which is walking. And maybe at the walking stage, it's about building more capacity, and so on. So each stage has, the right steps to take to get your organization to transform itself. I find it's a really great model for a number of reasons. I've used it as a trainer to help formulate a baseline for has the curriculum and has the training transformed these organizations in their practice. Too often we try to measure with transactions, how many followers do they have, how many likes did they get on Facebook, and that's not really change. It's really, is there been an impact in the way the organization does its work and gets better results? Oh boy. Well, yesterday at the workshop, when we started, one issue that came up is, I heard a lot, is how do we convince my boss that we should really be doing this? When my boss is blocking everybody from getting on Facebook, or they want to control everything that we say. So I still think, even though we've come a long way and many organizations have gotten past this, there's still a lot that are sort of not able to flower and blossom with their networks because of culture change within their organization, and it comes down to leadership. So I think a big issue really is having leaders of these nonprofits understand that it's important to lead with a network mindset, and to empower people in their organizations with this participatory sort of leadership. I think another challenge that comes, and it's not always articulated, but being a network nonprofit also means, learning, and learning happens when you take some risks. When you take some small risks, you can have dramatic results. But if you're too risk adverse and you're afraid to fail, then that won't happen. So this understanding that, actually trying something, placing a little bet, seeing if it works is a really great way to grow and learn about being a network nonprofit. The other challenge, and it's a question I get all the time, I get questions like, what platform should we be on? What tools should I use? And I sort of step back and say, well, don't ask me, ask your stakeholders. And then it's kind of like, okay, we did this, but we're not quite sure we know if we're successful. And so I think a lot are grappling with a way to be able to measure the effectiveness of their social media use.